Hey everybody. I don't know if you guys noticed, we have a new setup. So I was able to put on this wallpaper. I think I need to smooth this thing out, but this is the new setup. This is the same exact room. We just transformed it. A few people watching, very happy to see a few people here. But this is my microphone, this is my water, got everything here. I don't have a glass. I'm still waiting on one. But I got this cap today, which looks pretty cool. It's a Jägermeister cap. So I'm going to be wearing this tonight on the stream. Not sponsored by Jägermeister, but keeping it super high energy. Because Jägermeister is like the herbal liqueur of partying. So, yeah. Could you get me a glass? Thank you. Okay, perfect. Welcome, everybody. We have some stuff here. I got some new samples, which are basically Moonlight Mayhem extended cut samples. These things are they're barrel samples. So yeah, super excited. Chaplin's cut and then Charlie's cut. Both of these are pretty unique. Cheers, Scott. How are you, man? Good to see you. I hope you like my cap, the Jägermeister cap. I'm pretty excited when they brought me in this cap. They also brought in a barrel that was carved out, a Maker's Mark barrel, which was carved out. It was like a 106 gallon barrel that they carved out, and it's a nice showpiece. So got a few stuff today, a few different things. Let me get my glass from outside. Still a new setup, so it's pretty messy in here. All the bottles are pretty scattered all around. I'm gonna be getting some glasses for water, and some other glasses. Perfect. Let me see. Glasses are. Amitesh, could you clean this glass and bring me? It's inside.
I definitely can't find where the
Perfect. I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. Just needed this glass. Cool. So this is the setup. I've got this table. This is where the wine cellar was, but now it doesn't exist anymore. Put it out. I've got all my bottles, just orphan bottles lying here. So I just put them up here when it's time for the stream. And it is time for the stream. I'm a little late, but sorry. That's all I can say. Ooh, getting in this thing is super hard. Finally in here. Perfect. 3 people watching. Hey, what's up, man? What's up? What's up, Shannon? What's up, Scott? Looks good on you. Thank you, man. Thank you for the compliment. So which one are we trying first? I'm thinking we should start off with the Moonlight Mayhem barrel samples. They're a little, so I think this is by design. Their character, which is Charlie or whatever, that character is a werewolf, and the werewolf just used his knuckles to cut through the bottle. So I don't know if you guys can see. Let me stand on this table and show you. So yeah, this is the werewolf sample. I've got a seat for myself, which is pretty cool. I've got this new thing here, which is the high wire distilling sample kit. I think next time, or maybe sometime in December, we could have a tasting, a high wire distilling tasting. We can have the master distiller, and I'm trying hard to get these things in market at a reasonable price, and I mean, just selling it at cost so that we can cover the cost of this, and hopefully have something cool with everybody on the call and the master distiller on the call. And I think it'll be a fun time. I haven't opened any of these myself. I've tried the classic and the bottled and bond. I've never personally tried the sherry finished in sherry cask bourbon. So that's looks pretty cool. Nestled in the heart of South Carolina, low country. High wire distilling is a small batch. Looking forward to it. Oh yeah, you should. It would be a lot of fun. Thank you, Harpon. Thank you for joining. I hope you like the new setup and the new Jägermeister cap. It has a nice Robin Hood style feather on the left. But yeah, let's start with the Moonlight Mayhem barrel samples. Cheers to everybody watching. Let me clean my glass. Perfect. And this will be our infinity glass for tonight. So we'll pour all the stuff in here. Starting off with the Moonlight Mayhem barrel samples. Ooh, they have this thing to protect it from leaking. No leaky bottles up here. This is actually my first time doing a Friday night pour sitting down, not like standing up, like sitting down. So it's going to be fun. I'll save some for her, Pawan. So super buttery on the nose. I'm getting some maple syrup. There's definitely a very strong butter note. Like you see that oily butter viscous note. It's very greasy on the nose. But I'm also getting the fried sweet note. So something fried. And then in the end, there's like a bitter oakiness to it, which you can feel in the nose. Pretty disappointing. This sample is pretty disappointing. I think it's overly oaky. It's too bitter for me. The finish is beautiful. The finish has a lot of chocolate, a lot of dried fruit, and a lot of that oakiness. But the finish is super long and it's super bitter. But I guess the finish is so nice because it compromises in the taste itself. The taste is just super oaky. It's not any of the caramel, not any of the vanilla. There's no fruit. There's nothing else. There's just oakiness and the dryness in the flavor. Reminds me kind of the Pinhook barrel. So one of the barrels, when I tried it, they were super oaky and it almost dried your mouth. When you put it in your mouth, it just dries up. So that's what it reminds me of. But yeah, the next one is another barrel sample of Moonlight Mayhem. Let's see if this one's better than the previous one. Let's try. Oh, this one is tight. I didn't pour that one into the infinity cup because I don't know. I feel like I wanna put good stuff in the infinity cup, and this would make it overly oaky. But who knows? Maybe blended might be better. Yeah, this has a lot of cheesecake, a lot of sponge, a lot of that sweet, creamy note. Oh, wow. This one's beautiful. So different from the previous one. The previous one was too oaky for me, but this one is like, it's bitter, which makes it more dark chocolatey, but it also has a sweetness to it, which balances the bitterness out. So I don't know if that makes sense. It reminds me of 50% cocoa or like 60% cocoa dark chocolate. Still very bitter, still very oaky, but there's that sweetness which the first one was lacking. So I enjoyed this one actually. The finish is the finish is not as long as the first one, but that sweetness just complements it, and the nose is also arguably better. So let's see. Yep, this is just a dark chocolate truffle cake in your mouth. That goes into the infinity cup. Next up, let's see how it holds up to the Moonlight Mayhem extended cut. So this is a bottle that went into a lot of mystery boxes, and we sold out within 1 week. Was it one and a half week? But it's coming back. It's coming back sometime next week. I won't say what date, but it'll be coming back and going into a lot of new mystery boxes. So yeah, you'll see it pop up on the website. This is the Moonlight Mayhem extended cut from Filmland Spirits. So the story, for those of you who do not know, is that these guys out of California, these guys were producers, movie producers, Hollywood movie producers, and they started this company, and they started sourcing a lot of barrels from Kentucky, Indiana, all over the place. This one's sourced only from Kentucky. A lot of their other SKUs are sourced from Kentucky, Indiana, barrage of different sources. What they are good at is the label. So when I first looked at this bottle, I was like, if the label is so good and it looks like a very unique bottle, they did a custom bottle, which to my knowledge, there's a very high minimum order quantity when you try to look for like a custom bottle. So if they're spending so much money in the bottle shape and the label and making it look nice and, in my words, gimmicky, that's my first thought when I look at it, it might not taste as good. So I opened it up, I tried it, and I was at a distributor's place, and I fell in love with it. It was amazing. When I first saw it, I had some preconceived notions. I was like, I'm not gonna put this in the mystery box. It looks too gimmicky, but it stole my heart, and I changed my mind. So it's pretty good. Oh wow! Yeah, this is just this just. I think they source this stuff. Don't count me on it, but they source this stuff from Bardstown Bourbon Company. That's what I've heard. I think it's a mix of Bardstown Bourbon and Barton, depending on the mash bill. But this stuff just feels like a more consistent, more everyday sipping version of the barrel sample. Even though this is also cast strength and this is also cast strength because it's straight from the barrel, both smell a little different. This has that traditional vanilla, caramel, chocolate note. One thing I like about Moonlight is it's very heavy on chocolate. It's very heavy on the oak, which some people like, some people don't, but I personally like. Their label, it looks like a movie poster, which is cool, but the taste is good. So that's what I care about. Going into our infinity cup. Next up, what should I try now? What should I try? I have the Watershed Distillery Unfiltered Uncut. I've got the Garrison Brothers Weeded. I've got the Trails End. Oh, that was lucky of me, because this is the edge of the table, so it would have fell down. But this is the barrel sample 3131. So this is our barrel pick from Pinhook. They sent us. Well, I tasted 6 different barrels. I liked one a lot, like one of them a lot, and then the second one was okay, and then the third one was very unique. It was very overly oaky, and just dried up your mouth. I don't know. Some people like overly oaky stuff, so I don't know if that's a good fit for a barrel pick. So I was debating. So I had them send me 2 of those samples, and I conceded on the 3131, which is kind of overly oaky, but not as much. So it's not too strong, but it stands up pretty well against, say, a rare character barrel pick. These both come from the same distillery, so it's a fair comparison to compare the two. You know what? A blind taste the rare character barrel pick against the pinhook barrel pick. I think that would be fun. So this is a pinhook. Oh, this is not a blind taste. Sorry, it's not a blind taste. It's a taste. Getting some apricot. There's a citrus note, but it's not too strong. It's very fruity. Yep, it's overly oaky, but it's soothing. The finish remoisturizes your mouth, so it feels oaky at first. It takes away all the moisture, then it also gives you back that moisture. So tastes very very unique. It tastes nothing like the moonlight though. Moonlight, I prefer moonlight much more, especially the extended cut. Let's try the rare character to see how it holds up against that. Very traditional MGP. Very traditional. I think this might be their 36 rye. 36 or 23. I think one of those two. Ooh, it's 70, 21, and 9. So it's a different mash bill. 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. Distilled in Indiana. And what, I don't know what 215 means. Oh, it was the fill date is February of 2015. So it's about 10 years, 10 and a half years. Ooh, it has a bite to it in the end, which I'm not a big fan of. Whew. It's not very smooth. Well, it's not very smooth compared to the pinhook. So I think the pinhook is better, in my humble opinion. It's funny how the color palette is kind of similar. It's the sunset for this one, and then this one has a similar color palette of pink and purple and orange and green. So I just find that funny. Pinhook, in my opinion, is maybe a better bang for buck. There's a lot of hype around the rare character brand, and there's a lot of people who like to collect the different rare character barrel picks because they're also unique. We had to make our own label design and all of that stuff. So I can understand the appeal. I still think the pinhook won this one. Yeah, let's do one with Garrison Brothers. Ooh, that's beautiful. Out of pinhook, rare character, and Garrison Brothers, let's see which one wins. Okay, I just had the thought of this, but a lot of the people online, they would do blind taste. They have those black Glencairn glasses that they will spin, and they don't know which one it is. I was thinking of actually incorporating that into the Friday night pour, where you guys tell me which two I should blind taste against, because you might have a bottle of Watershed Uncut Unfiltered, and you're thinking if you should get Nulu High Malt, and is Nulu High Malt really better than the Watershed? Then I can just spin it around, and better is subjective. Better is for my taste, but I think it's a fun way of doing things. So this is the blend. I can taste through the oak in the blend. Tastes pretty grassy, husky. So has that grassy note. Wow, that's a good bourbon. It's hard for me because I would have chosen this one to be the winner against this. But I think they're both in a different category. This one is a really good wheated bourbon, and this one's a really good high rye bourbon. So I think they both are pretty good in their own category. I like the pinhook slightly better for now, just because even though I'm a big fan of wheated, it's very hard for me. Shannon, what Jimmy Red did you get? Did you get the bottled in bond or did you get the classic? We didn't have any sherry, I think, in the mystery boxes, but we put both the classic and the bottled in bond. The classic is a great bang for buck. The bottled in bond is well, they're both pretty good, but the bottled in bond I feel like has a slightly more structure. Classic is good. I have the classic and the bottled in bond. See, Shannon, the thing is, if I had that spin cup, the blind tasting spin cup, I would be blind tasting right now, and I would be doing the tasting right here. Like I would have the bottled in bond, and I would have the classic, and I would fight them against each other and blind taste it to see which one I like more. But that's my subjective opinion. But if you wanted to, see if the bottled in bond is worth going after, I know you went on a big bourbon haul in Texas. I saw your post. Good job, man. Good stuff. So you picked up a lot in LP and stuff. Oh yeah, this is good. This is really nice. Yeah, I want to do the blind tastings where I just the sherry one. The sherry one is nice. I think they have it at the distillery if you're going there. Um, I know Scott, you mentioned going to the distillery, so that would be cool. I'm going to try the Nulu, Nulu High Malt. What time are you going to the distillery? I'll tell them to give you a special treatment. They're good friends of mine, so I'll text them that my friend Scott is going to the distillery. He'll be coming to the distillery. Make sure he's taken care of and all of that. So that they're able to do something. So being having to make new shelves. I'm actually about to make new shelves after the stream. Hopefully, if I'm not too buzzed, I have to still get a stud finder, which would find the studs here. And my plan is putting all this bourbon up here on the shelves. So making nice little shelves here with really nice lighting. I just wish there wasn't this ridge here, this border. But wallpaper work is hard, man. It's tough. This stuff is not very easy to put on. So I wish they just had a one piece of sheet that you could just slap on and forget about it. Ooh, wow, that has such a kick to it. I usually sip 130, 140, well, not 140, but 130 proof bourbons. This is crazy. This is 125, but I think it's the maltiness in the end that just gets you. It's like stings you so hard. Maybe just for me. It just stung me the first time. I don't know why it's not stinging me again. 430, got it. I've never actually been to High Wire. I've heard they're like in a plaza. It's a small distillery. It's not a big distillery, but I mean they make all their own stuff. They don't source anything. So massive respect for that. takes a lot to do that. Cool. Next up, I will be tasting the. What should I taste next? Let's do the Hill Rock. I really wish I had the. I'll get it next time. The next Friday night pour, I'm going to do blind tastings, and I'll tease it on the Facebook group. I'll say, if you guys want me to blind taste 2 bottles, let me know which ones, and I'll have a lineup. I think that would be fun. This is the Hill Rock Celerized Bourbon, finished in Oloroso Sherry for 1 year and then another year in Tawny Port. So it's a lot of fun. That tastes nothing like all 3 of these. It's so unique to me, so fascinating sometimes that all these bourbons went into an American oak, and I guess some of them finished, but different mash bills, but they all went into the American oak, and they've never seen the day of light. They've never seen what nature looks like. They've never seen what strawberries look like. They've never seen what chocolate looks like, but it somehow tastes like chocolate. Somehow it tastes like strawberries. Somehow it tastes like this one tastes like dried raisins and all of that stuff. So it's crazy to me because you don't put dried raisins. You don't. I guess the Tawny Port is a dried grape fermented, but still, dried raisins, dried fruit, finishes like an apricot. Out of all the ones here, I think the Hill Rock might be the best one. Comes with its price, but comes pretty close to the Pinhook and this one. Even though this one is not a weeded, this one's a weeded, not a high rye, but comes pretty close. What other thing is here? Oh, this is a high wire distilling barrel pick. This is our Jimmy Red barrel sample that I never tasted actually, so good time to taste. How did you change your name, Shannon? I thought you were Shannon Carty, and now you're He Devious on YouTube. Oh, that was Facebook. You used to join from Facebook, so that's why. Mike, Greg, and Guy, the 3 of them aren't here today. Very viscous, greasy. You still get that oiliness after it's gone in the finish. So it's a 3-layered bourbon, which means that it has 3 different flavors being developed. Starts off being very sweet, very viscous. Then it goes to spice, and then it finishes in like a scotchy malt. So feels like a scotch in the finish. That's a nice sound. Shouldn't be hitting the Peppy bottle like that, right? World Whiskey Society. I knew you would ask that. Oh yeah, this isn't Ask Me Anything. So yeah, good for you. Let me put this on. So I started off on Wednesday. I had the flight to World Whiskey Society, and I went there, drove there with AJ, and the 2 of us went and we met the master distiller Chris Barton, and he was showing us they had like 60 Jefferson's barrels and then 50 or 60 different Buffalo Trace 10-year barrels, which were allegedly Blanton's barrels, and then just 1 barrel, which was like a 23-year-old Eagle Rare, the same mash bill as Eagle Rare from Buffalo Trace, and then a Weller 13 barrel. So, hey, Landon, nice to see you, man. Good to see you. Landon is here. Happy Friday. But we went there, and it was pretty cool because I started off tasting the first thing I tasted was the Jefferson's barrel, and I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of it. Second Jefferson's barrel, I liked it, but I was like, do I really want this? I don't think so. I think I want something much better because my expectations are higher. So after I tasted the Buffalo Trace, I tasted the no, I tasted the Jeffersons, two barrels. Then I asked, "Do you have something better?" And he showed me the Blanton's barrels, and one of the Blanton's barrels was really nice. The other one was okay. The first one that I tried was okay. The second one was really nice. He let me drill it myself, and then we went on to the Oklahoma barrels that he got from an unknown Oklahoma distillery. I would say the Oklahoma bourbon was pretty close to the Blantons. That's all I say. It was pretty close to the Blantons. The Blanton's honey barrel, which is one question I ask every single distiller that I go to, master distillers that I meet. I ask them, if you were me, what barrel would you pick? If you were me, out of all these barrels, and you know everything about these barrels, what barrel would you pick? So that's the golden question. As soon as you ask them that question, they have one in mind, and they're just not telling you because they don't want to sway your opinion. But now you've given them the opportunity to. So then they show you the honey barrel. So then Chris showed me the honey barrel. Oh my God, when I tell you, it was, so if this is the barrel, this is how much juice was in the barrel, because I drilled it right here. I drilled it at the bottom of the barrel, and it wouldn't come out. Like it came out a little bit and then it stopped, but we were able to get some juice out of it. So it was a short barrel, and I can understand why it was a honey barrel, because it was a short barrel. And he showed me that, and I smelled it. It was so beautiful. It was like honey. Well, honey as a pun, but it was a honey barrel, but it literally smelled like a mead wine finish, slightly spicy finish, rye, like a honey finished rye, because I'm a big fan of that. Tried it, and it was the most beautiful thing. So bold, had so much structure to it, so much character to it. So I ended up liking it. I can't disclose whether or not that's the barrel that's coming, because Buffalo Trace has an NDA. But yeah, we have some barrel picks coming from them. I'm going to be posting a vlog tomorrow for Hill Rock, and then next week for World Whiskey Society. So just be on the lookout on our YouTube channel. We're going to be posting the World Whiskey Society vlog on our YouTube channel. So it'll have everything. It'll have all the inside scoop of how our barrel picks went, what we did there. We tasted the Eagle Rare 23. We tasted the Mizunara finish. We tasted the Oloroso Sherry finish, the Madeira finish, the Oklahoma barrels, the Jefferson's barrels, the World Whiskey Society barrels. Well, everything's World Whiskey Society, but I also tasted the Lafroig 35. A lot of my friends, they love Lafroig. They love Lafroig 10. So it was pretty unique tasting Lafroig 35. Count me out. I'm not a big fan of Lafroig. I'm not a big fan of Scotch in general, which is why I don't like Lafroig. But yeah, it was a pretty good bourbon. Well, the Lafroig barrel was a 90 proof, so I don't know how that happened. But I wasn't a fan of that. Right next day, after we did the World Whiskey Society tour, we went to ASW. So ASW is American Spirit Works. We went there. It was a spontaneous plan. We were just visiting, and then we decided to do a barrel pick, which I recorded the whole process. So we can watch it when I post it on the YouTube channel. But we ended up tasting through the 7-year toasted bourbon, the Georgia Staves finished 9-year bourbon, the 9-year antique bourbon, which is like their honey barrels set aside. That's what I was told. And I asked him that same question. If you were me, what barrel would you pick? So he told me the antique 9-year. And then we also tried the tequila finish, the cognac finish, PX finish, so many different finishes. I was buzzed by the end of it. It was a very nice tour. But tomorrow I'm going to Long Island Spirits to pick some 8-year bourbon. So some 8-year Rough Rider barrels. Let's see how it turns out. So I'll be posting some pictures on the Facebook. I'll be making a video, obviously, to post as a vlog. But yeah, I'm trying to ramp up our vlogs. Hopefully, one vlog each week, just how we do the barrel picks. So yeah, every single barrel pick is going to come with a vlogs that you can watch while you sip the barrel itself, which is pretty nice, you know. So yeah. But yeah, next time, Shannon, if I go to World Whiskey Society, you're invited. I will tell you in advance. This time I just decided on, so we literally decided to go on Monday. And then, like, we decided on Monday that we want to go to World Whiskey Society, booked our flights. We went there on Wednesday, picked the barrels, and next day was ASW, but it was all pretty quick. So wasn't able to have anybody over. But next time, I mean, either any barrel pick we do, everybody's invited. I'll post it on the Facebook group, as long as it's well in advance. A lot of these plans become very spontaneous as we get closer. So, you know, oh yeah, oh yeah. We can do a Shannon special barrel, just us. So that would be cool. We have an 11-year barrel that we picked there at the World Whiskey Society, which was bottled already, and we're dropping it off on Black Friday, Thanksgiving. I don't know what the boys' plan is, but that's the schedule that I was told. We're dropping it on Black Friday or Thanksgiving, something like that. So yeah, Shannon, it would be my absolute pleasure to have you barrel pick with me at World Whiskey Society, or whichever distillery we go to. And next time I go to High Wire Distilling, we can do a little meetup. We can do a little bit of a meetup that the Jimmy Red Distillery, a whiskey library meetup. We can do a barrel pick all together. Well, Shannon is in Nevada, so I guess Frey Ranch. We'll save Frey Ranch for you. But we can do one with Scott. We can do one with Greg, who's in Virginia. So it would be cool. Next one I want to try. It's been a while. I'll try the Trails End. After I've tried all the Garrison Brothers and all the rare character, the Trails End doesn't. I mean, when I first started in bourbon, Trails End was my stuff. Like, I loved it. Right now, it ranks at like the rank. It's my top 10, I guess, but not my top 10 overall. But yeah. It's pretty good. Yeah, that's good. It's a lot of chocolate. Out of everything, this is the most chocolatey one. The finish is just pure chocolate. Pure, not dark chocolate, it's milk chocolate. Some peanut butter because it's very nutty. It's like a Reese's cup. It's like a nice Reese's cup. But yeah, that would be a lot of fun, Scott. When I go to these distilleries and I'm doing barrel picks, I'm like, I'm usually confused whether I should pick one or the other. Like, I'll try 10, 15 different barrels, and it comes down to two barrels that I'm not sure which one to pick. And I really wish I had somebody to help me, So it'll be a lot of fun picking barrels with you guys. So yeah, with that, let's do the last pour of the night, which will be, say, the Kansas City whiskey, the J. Rieger Kansas City whiskey. So this is not a bourbon, just a disclaimer. This is a Kansas City whiskey. And the cork is a little wonky. Oh my God, I hate when this happens. Nope, I don't think I can take this off. Sorry, this is sealed for life. So let's move on to the Rough Rider finished in brandy cask. This is a Rough Rider cask strength barrel pick sample, which, even though this is a barrel pick sample, well, this is not a Rough Rider. This is a Field and Sound cask strength brandy cask. I think the mash bill on the Field and Sound and the Rough Rider is slightly different. So Field and Sound is the weeded one, to my knowledge. I'll learn more tomorrow because I'm going there. Wow. It's a little blackberry. It's more dark fruit. It's more darker. It's not bitter, but it's dark fruit. It's not red fruit. It's not too sweet. Because red fruit reminds me of cherries and apples and all those sweet fruits. Dark fruit reminds me of like the more citrus and more full body fruits, like the dark grapes and the dark berries of that stuff. Oh my god, this infinity cup turned out well. I'm getting some cherry cola on the nose. And then the palate is just chocolate cake. Chocolate cake, which I know where it comes from. It comes from this guy. Is the chocolate cake guy. These two combined make chocolate cake. You're very brave. Is that because I just... Why is that? Why do you call me brave? The infinity cup is scary. Wait until you see our infinity bottle. So we have an infinity bottle at home, which we put every single bourbon that we have tried ever in that infinity bottle. So I guess we could call it the bourbon mystery box, mystery juice bottle, because it's all bourbon, and we just mix everything, and it smells like, I guess, you know what? That's funny, because if we pick any bad bourbon for the bourbon mystery box, it punishes us, because that whole infinity bottle is going to taste like just garbage. It's going to taste bad. So we try not to put any bad stuff in there. So I guess that infinity bottle represents the bourbon mystery box as a whole, of all the bottles that went into the bourbon mystery box ever. So pretty cool. But this is beautiful. I like it. I'll have to dump all of this out, but I'll see you guys next time. I'll keep some to do the cheers. Good night, everybody. Thank you for everybody that joined. Scott, Shannon, Landon, Harpawan. That's pretty much it. That's the ones that commented. There's about 6 people watching too. So cheers to all 6 that stuck around. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you, Shannon. Can't wait to do a Frey Ranch pick with you.